don't assume that somebody's patent has expired when you have no fact to prove.
What are the factors to consider when trying to patent your invention?
If I develop like a new technology or something, how do I go about it so that it will be safe?
How is technology and like the new developments affecting patent?
This is Bnoskka. I'm telling you, welcome back to Bnoskka IP Zone with Uprise Music Production. So today I have a wonderful guest also in the studio, but I want to let you know that don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell so that anytime we come live like this, you can also be notified and join in. And share the link also to your friends so that people can also come and benefit from these goodies. Because when you know and your friends don't know, yes, then the infringement is not solved. The issues will keep rising. We want to make sure that everybody understands and everybody benefits. Right, so I have wonderful people in the studio, and I want to start with my lady in the black. Please, what's your name?
Okay, so I'm Margaret Doe. You can call me Meg, and I'm a recording artist.
Right, Max, Margaret Doe. Now let's look at the lady on my left.
Okay, this is Irene Benson, also known as Rini Pill. I'm a gospel musician and a content creator.
Fantastic. So I have two people here with me, and I have also audience in the studio with me. And from time to time, please raise your hand if you have a question, and I will do my best to recognize and give you an answer. And those of you also watching, please make sure you come up with your comments, okay? Come up, write your comments, and then let us know what you think. If you have a specific topic too, we are ready to deal with it. Right, today's topic is demystifying patents. What are they? How do they work? And why are they important? So if we want to say demystifying patent, then let us find out what is patent and what is not patent. One, patent is part of the intellectual property. When I say intellectual property, means your intellect, your mind, your brain, the property that create out of it. Just like a house, a car, a building, your personal property and all that, right? But intellectual property is a private property in the sense that it is a property that you cannot hold it. It is intangible. You cannot hold it. It's only when you have expressed the idea and it is now out, then you can say, oh, this is my intellectual property. But actually the idea and the process of it, you cannot hold it. And so that's how people tried to think that, oh, I have this patent, I have this patent. Now let's look. When you sing a song, it is not patent, it is under copyright. So that is one. Copyright for movies, songs you sing. If you're a fashion designer and you have designed clothes, okay? The designing, the artistic expression of your designing falls under copyright. But the design drawings, that one can go under designs, okay? And you can get money for that. If you create a movie, the one who wrote the script, that goes under copyright. It's not under patent, it is not under trademark, it is not under anywhere, no. That one is copyright. The one who acted the movie, okay, he is expressing the artistic expressions, so that goes under copyright. It is not patent. So let's say if you speak, you add your own words to the script that was given to you. It's not your patent. It is your copyright. Okay? So we'll try and find out at another time how to deal with that. So patent basically is granted to inventors. So if you are an inventor, you have invented something like, let's say, my mobile phone, or this cable, or this microphone, or this beautiful lady's lipstick or lip gloss, a special one you have created and it never exists. This lip gloss. So is it lip gloss or lip gloss?
Lip gloss.
Lip gloss. Okay, I hear. So whatever it is, that kind of chemical that the person has created is patent, okay? Now, let's look at my beautiful lady here too, and her wonderful, I don't know what to say, would that to be more very, very cool, eh? Yes, you have a new song, eh? All things are possible. It is not patent, unfortunately. So that is copyright, right? So that is how it is. And if you look at the clothes I'm wearing and you like it too, it's nice. Come talk to somebody here, look out, huh? And you can also do it is not patent also. It is also under copyright. So now, patent comes in this form, a chemical, okay? Let's say you have created a medicine. The first person who was able to invent penicillin, those days, there was no antibiotic in the world. People were dying from simple knife cut that has got rusted, and they were dying, and somebody sat down and created penicillin. It was the first ever antibiotics. That is, I stand to be corrected, but that's what I know. Yes, so penicillin became the antibiotics. And if you want to also make penicillin, you need to speak to the one who created it first. Get a license from them to produce. And then you cannot choose their name. If you get the license, you have to put your own name under it. So medicines, chemical formulas, and even plant variety. You see, these days, people are coming out with mangoes. I remember when about 20, 30 years ago, those mangoes never existed. But all of a sudden, we have some big mango. And it's so sweet, even if it is new. If it's like it's not ripe and you cut it, it's still sweet. Some orange, it has some red color orange. Even if it's not ripe and you cut it and you taste it, it's still sweet. Somebody sat down and created that kind of a plant to come up with that orange. And that chemical, what they call it, that process of making that orange to look like that is a patent. Okay, for example, when COVID came, all of a sudden, we had equipment that were called PCR tests. PCR. So those devices also have patent because they are industrial applicable. They're able to use it quickly to take a sample from your nose on your throat to be able to use it to test whether you have COVID or not. And they were there. They were there. In fact, I remember myself when some time ago I took my mom when she was alive to hospital and she had cancer. They said they had to do swipe. So the doctor came with something big. They inserted into her private part and they swapped. And they took, that's when they realized that, yeah, she had this cancer. And so those things are there. Anything that you create that never exists will give you a patent that will help solve our problems in society. And if you create a special device that we can use to clear our farm or harvest fruits in the farm, you have patent for it. Okay? So patents are inventions that, what they call it, a grant were given to people who invent products that will be able to help speed up our production and help our industry, make things easier. So somebody has come up with a machine that's able to create 60 blocks, cement blocks, or pavement blocks, or whatever blocks, 60 at a go. But that machine has a patent, okay? And this camera that is able to capture our image and videos and everything is called Olympics. It's or Sony. There's another one, Sony. There's another one, a big, this big one. I don't know the name, please. The big one, what's the name? That big camera. The one that I'm looking through, it big one.
It's Canon.
It's Canon, So that Canon is also somebody's patent. And even there are a lot of inventions, the lenses on it, all of them are patent. So that is what patent. And even the tripods, the big ones that you are seeing, somebody invented it and they put a trademark on it. So that invention and the way the machine is able to roll in different angles and all that, that is patent. Okay? It is not music, it is not movie, it is not writing a book, it is not creating a food dish. No. But the product of making sure that the works becomes easy and simple. That is patent. This light that is in this big studio, lovely light and all that. Whoever sat down and created that kind of light has patent. But these beads I'm wearing with Bnoskka, no, that one is copyright. And your shoes, the way it has been designed, all these ones are copyright. These ones, they are not patent. So patent means industrial applicable right given to inventors. Industrial applicable right given to the inventors. Now, let's look at issues that these days technology is making things difficult for us to see how. Now, a case study of let's analyze real-world patent disputes and their implications. So, for example, now, under patent, when you register, the law says that it is for 10 years, subject to renewal, maximum 20 years, it has become free. So if the first person who designed air condition for us to be able to use was able to monopolize it for 20 years, and then after that, everybody can make air condition. Just that you cannot put that same name on it. So these days, air conditions are coming and they look like the new one which is already in the system. You cannot get patent for it, but you can also do the same thing, because the world has seen that when you create something which is patent, you eat from it for some time, and then it should be free. Ideally, when they started in the United Kingdom, what they did was to make sure that every person who come up with something new, they give you an apprentice. So you work for 7 years, the king will give you a monopoly to work for 7 years. After 7 years, they'll give you an apprentice. The apprentice will also stay with you. You will not pay. You teach the person how to do your patent, how to create your tools, like the screwdrivers when they were made first, the knives and all those, the scissors and those things. You have the patent for the next 7 years. That is 14 years. After that, then you bless your apprentice. You also go and start making the same thing. But he has to put his new name on it. So nobody can get that patent. So that's how patent works. That's how these days people are making cars, new cars, televisions. People come with a curved television. And then with time, you realize that everybody's making the same thing because the patent has expired. But you also use a new name on whatever you want to do. So for example, Bnoskka have come up with something new, and then it's like a TV. When you clap, you say bye-bye, or like that with wave technology. After 10 years, if I don't renew the patent again, it's expired and it's in the public domain, okay? But if you create a formula, that is mathematics formula, like Archimedes principles and those things, it is going to help knowledge. Like Einstein came up with the law of relativity, the thermodynamics law of how objects heat and dissipate heat. All those kind of laws and formulas, they are not patentable, because the world, we've realized that if we patent it only for you, we will all die before your patent expires. So certain things are not, formulas are not given patents so that it makes life easy for us all. But for medicine, if you have the patent and it becomes a pandemic, for example, like the vaccine that was created during COVID time, World Health Organization came and declassified it from the patent and made it to be used by everybody. But before they did that, they have to pay whoever that created that medicine. Okay? For example, polio vaccine is still there and it's a patent. Somebody owns it. Paracetamol is still there. Somebody owns the patent. These days, we have amoxicillin, amoxicillin, dalacin C, even mosquito. The first patent that came was the chloroquine, which was able to solve malaria. And somebody's patent was that before the Lufat and the rest, Lunat and the rest also came. It's also another somebody's patent. So this is how patents work. Now, the other aspect is that when you have a patent, and it's like a medicine, it's an industrial equipment or anything you create, and you have registered and you are not using, the law says that we must grant somebody the right to use it. If you register and for 5 years you have registered, you have the right, and you are not creating, somebody can write to the registrar of patents that this industrial application is good to help our work, but you are not using. So what do? The law will grant you a compulsory license to be able to go and create. So they classify it and then grants the access to a lot of people to use it. So patent, even if you have it and you don't use, we will make sure that it works for us all. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what. But for copyright, no, it is for you forever until you die, 70 years. Then after 70 years, it becomes forever free. That is how it is. Okay. And then for trademark, it is for you forever. Nobody can use that trademark. You register once, there's no renewal. Whether you register, you don't register, it's forever and ever. For example, Mercedes-Benz was the first car ever made in this world. Was the first car. Carl Benz, he's the one who made Mercedes, the first car. We used to have cars which were driven by horses, but he created this. And then somebody, Ottoman, also created the internal combustion engine. And then with time, people began to infuse these engines when they get the rights. Then you also put it into your creativity. So this is how patent works. And I'm sure you have some wonderful questions for me.
Yeah.
So let's go.
So the first question is, what are the factors to consider when trying to patent your invention?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the factors to consider when you are trying to patent your inventions are one. First, that patent should have a name. So my patent is called Max or Winnie Pell or Michael Bamfo or Uprise or Grace. So once you have the name for the patent, then you do what we call description. What will it do? So after you describe, oh, it will look like this, it will have this, it will have that. Then you go to what we call designing. You make a diagram. Oh, it will look like that. You have not designed it, you have not created it, but you are making a diagram. And then you do the next step we call inventive steps. So you create a name, you create a diagram, you create a description. And one of the most important things is what we call claims. You are claiming that this patent will do this. So why? This patent will do this. This patent will do. So you list all your claims. And to be frank, you need a lawyer. Okay. Because sometimes even the way you understand it, you might underlimit yourself from your patent. So the lawyer will now come out with all the claims so that if anybody wants to do that same thing, which you have created and you have not claimed for it, then you cannot fight for it. But if you claim and you are given the patent, then you have every right to prevent people from using your claim until it expires in 20 years, right? Yes.
In the past, we've had many people claim to have been invented things, and because they were poor or they couldn't, they didn't know the right step, people stole their invention and had patents on it. As a Ghanaian, if I develop a new technology or something that I want to patent, how can I make sure nobody steals it? How do I go about it so that it will be safe?
Yeah. Okay, so the first thing to do is to make sure that you talk to a lawyer. And lawyers will help you. In fact, patents are so serious in the sense that, and it's not even very expensive, but the more you talk to people, I want to create this, I want to create it, before you know, they run with your idea. Okay? They can run with your idea and it will be very difficult to trace. But lawyers are trained not to disclose people's information, so they can make sure that, or you can even find a consultant, a proper one, you can describe your ideas and they can help you write it and then you go and seek. It's not expensive, unlike trademark. Patent is not expensive, but the thing is how to be able to make sure that you have a patent. That's where the problem is. So the lawyer can charge you more because he's going to think and draft your patent for you. But the registration itself is not more than $200. Yeah, it's not more, it's less. That the cost will be the drafting of the patent, the claims you need to make so that you can get the maximum benefit of your patent. That's it.
People have been saying that it takes a long time to get the patent. Is it a myth?
Oh, no. That one is a myth. In fact, there are a lot of myths. I even heard that when you have a patent and you want to register, it's like everybody is preventing you. Nobody. There are myths people think about. It is a simple process. Like I said, when you have been able to list all the things that I described, the name, the design, the description, the claims, you list all these inventive steps and you have diagrams attached to it, straight away you pay one fee, and it's accepted, you are good to go. But like I said, once you are given the patent and you go and sleep with it, the next moment you see the government will deregulate it and somebody else will be producing it. Because we don't want you to come to this world with this great idea and go and sleep over it and prevent all others from coming out with such an invention. Yeah.
Okay, so Bnoskka,
Yeah.
what happens with traditional medicine? Can somebody patent a traditional medicine?
Oh, that's fantastic. Unfortunately, no. Traditional medicines fall under what we call Geographical Indications Act. It's in Ghana here, Act 579. This act basically makes sure that all our traditional knowledges and expressions are protected by law. So you cannot pick a traditional medicine and then come and say that this is my patent. No, like I said, patent, one of its aspects is the plant variety.
Yeah.
It means it's a variety. It's not something that which exists. So if it's a Ghanaian concoction and that people already knows that, oh, you add this leaf, you add this, it gives you this. Then you want to now rush to corporate, patents registration office and say, okay, you list your steps. When you do this, they will vet. Okay. And they don't just sit in the office. They find out informations. Right. And when they prove that it is a generic things you are trying to sample, I'm sorry, it will not be granted.
But it's quite debatable because if, yes, the plant species are there and I put together, let's say, a medication that can kill, for example, HIV.
Yes.
Shouldn't I?
No, that you said you put together.
Yes. That knowledge wasn't there.
Yes, that one I agree. But I'm saying that a concoction that already exists, that everybody know, and you want to rush to the patent office to go and prevent everybody. You see, patent is a monopoly. Like the word says, monopoly. So once you are given patent, it means nobody else should do that again until your patent expires. But you can grant license. So, for example, I know Safu Kantanka, and he has come up with something. It looks like water. He says it's an immune booster. I know one professor at the University of Cape Coast has come out with some medicine. Also looks like water. He also says it's an immune booster. So all these things are patent, and they are now on the market selling it. Okay. And then I heard some time ago a company called Tasli, they came up with called C-pill, cardiovascular pill. You put it under your tongue, it melts and it goes into your system as an immune booster, able to help. All these things are patents. But once you get a patent and you are not using, the law will give the right to other people to produce it. If you get a patent, you're not using it, and it's there, after some time, let's say 5 years, you are not using it. Yes, 10 years. And if somebody identify that you have this patent and you can't use, you are not using, the person will write to the registrar of patent that Grace has this patent and she's not using. So give me the right. And it truly, they would know if Grace is not using, then they will grant Michael. Michael, go ahead and use this patent. Okay. And if you have a case, you will file in court. The court will now, registrar of patent will come in because they have the record of patent. And they will say, yes, indeed, you registered. But for 10 years, the law says that if you are not using, we should deregulate it. And we did. So you have no case, unfortunately.
So does it mean that, okay, if they now give the patent to somebody else, don't I get some share, like money? Because the original idea was me.
Why were you not starting using it in the first place?
Okay, maybe I didn't have the money to. It's not about money.
It's not about money. When you have a patent, it's gold. You see, it's gold. Some people tried to get the idea and prevent all other people from engagement. If you have a patent, I'm telling you, there's one movie I watched. I've forgotten the title, but basically, a young guy in the university found a battery that he said this battery will solve a lot of problems. And this guy, for so many years, he was trying to get a company to make sure that they use, and he had the patent.
Yeah.
He had the patent. And in the long run, they heard, and it even cost his marriage and a whole lot of issues. So patent is gold. If you have not gotten somebody to invest in it, it doesn't mean that you are relaxing. The only problem is that the law doesn't want to doesn't want to see that you have the rights at home and you are saying nobody else should do it.
Yeah.
Whilst we need that industrial applicable of your invention. So if the person, it has not expired and you use it, you will surely have a problem. But if it has expired, that is why you need to go to the registrar office to find out, oh, okay, this patent, I heard about it. Has it expired? They will give you the information for free of charge because we want to make our life on Earth better. For example, Elon Musk has invented a spaceship that is able to go to space and come back and land at the same time without the other ones that they split and they break apart. When you come back, you need to start all over. Okay? That invention, he has started and he's using it. If he doesn't use, everybody has heard what he has created. So if sometime he's not using it, people will now register, right to the patent office, and the right to be given to them. But the problem is, don't assume that somebody's patent has expired when you have no fact to prove. Else you will put yourself into big trouble. Don't assume. Try and find information from the right source.
Okay, Bnoskka, what happens if you have a patent, right? And some people are actually asking to work with you and you're not giving it. But at the end, they kill you and get your patent. What happens?
Yes.
Because I've watched the movie, the guy had the patent.
Yeah.
The people were asking to be in business with him. He was like, no, he wants to do this thing on his own, right? And then at the end of the day, he was killed and they took the patent.
That's a movie, eh?
Yes.
So I thank you for saying it's a movie. Once it's a movie, it is a movie.
So if you're not killed, somebody else has your patent, can they use it?
Yeah, I understand, but I just want to make it clear to our audience at home that my next example is a movie. It's a movie. It's a movie. And Bnoskka, I cannot say anything because it's a movie. It's somebody's ideas. But the whole thing is that, you see, patent is basically a right. And if you have it and you are producing it, then that's okay. But if you want to start business and somebody wants to come in to partner with you, it's up to you to accept their deal or not. But if it happens in the movie, like the person died, that one I think we need to go to court to find appropriate remedy to it. Because the law has not described any scenarios whereby you have the patent and somebody wants to be in bed with you and you refuse and then they shot you back. You are dead. Or
What if you die? What if I die?
If you die, it will surely expire.
Okay.
Yes. You can also will your patent. That's a very good point you have raised. Okay. If you die, you can will your patent to your grandchildren or your children or whoever. In fact, patents are like physical properties you can will. So I want to repeat this. From trademark to patent to copyright to all the intellectual property creations, they are personal private property, so you can will it. Even if you don't will it, when you die, whoever that takes care of your estate, your intellectual property involves it or includes that. Okay, so it's very important. Right, so I want to wrap up and say that patent is very, very important. It's not expensive, so don't. If you have a question, please do. Please do.
So how is technology and the new developments affecting patents?
Okay.
Yes.
So technology and the new movement is blockchain. Yes. Good. So somebody sat down and decided that our means of trading system should be liberalized and should be able to come with the strict things where it is not physically about money that you hold, you are buying things. And that blockchain is somebody's creativity. So if you know how to do software codings, please don't go and say that I've also created blockchain. I'm sorry. It's somebody's patent. It's somebody's creativity. But unfortunately, that falls under copyright because of the software codes.
Okay.
That falls under copyright. So, but the whole system itself can't get patent application if he has filed for it. I have no idea about that. But I want to wrap up and say that this is Bnoskka IP Zone, and I'm so happy you have joined us. Please subscribe to this channel, and this is Uprise Music coming your way with Bnoskka IP Zone. Thank you to my wonderful guest, and thank you to those of you watching. And this is Bnoskka, I'm telling you.